Hi third graders, I am here to help with guided class practice 115A. That's guided class practice 115A. This is actually our last math video like this for the school year. Okay, I am putting my name on the paper like we always do to start. All right, let's see what the dateline wants us to do. Draw a 9.3 centimeter line segment. Write this number using a common fraction. So I know that common fractions always have the denominator of 10 or of 100. When I look at this 9.3, it's in the first spot behind the decimal point. That's the 10th place. That means 10 is going to be our denominator. So when I write this as a common fraction, I do 9 and 3/10. If you have a ruler at home, go ahead and draw that date line to 9 and 3/10. Okay, looking at number 1. Kelsey had 18 baseball cards and Larry had 30 baseball cards. Larry gave Kelsey 1/3 of his cards. How many baseball cards did Larry give Kelsey? Okay, for this first part, we don't need to know how many Kelsey had. We just need to focus on Larry. Larry had 30 cards. He gave her 1/3 of the cards. We have to figure out what 1/3 of 30 is. So I'm going to do a multiplication problem. 1/3 times 30 cards. To solve this, I know I divide by the denominator and multiply by the numerator. So here I'm going to go 30 divided by 3 equals 10. I take that answer, 10, times it by the numerator, which is 1, which equals 10. That means that 1/3 of 30 cards equals 10 cards. So how many cards did Larry give Kelsey? It's asking how many cards, so that's how I knew I labeled with cards. My answer is that he gave her 10 cards. Okay. How many baseball cards does each child have now? So Larry had 30 and he gave 10 to Kelsey. I know that 30 minus 10 is 20. Larry has 20 cards. Kelsey had 18 cards. Larry gave her 10. That means that Kelsey has 28 cards. Okay, question number 2. Mrs. Boyd put the name tags of 2 girls and 1 boy into a bag. She will take 1 tag from the bag. So let's say this is the bag that Mrs. Boyd put those tags in. Judy, we're saying that's a girl name. Sue, we're saying that's a girl name. Jim, we're saying that's a boy name. So she has this bag. She put Judy, Sue, and Jim's names in the bag. What is the probability that a girl's name will be chosen? Probability, we're going to show this with a fraction. Showing this with a fraction. My total, how many cards are in there? Total, 1, 2, 3. 3 cards is my total. That means that the denominator is going to be 3. Total, there are 3. What's the probability that it'll be a girl's name? Well, there's Judy and Sue, 2 girls' names, so I'm writing 2. Let's look at the next one. What is the probability that'll be a boy's name? My total is still 3. And how many options are boys? Just 1. What is the probability that she will choose Sue's tag? Well, there are 3 options that she could choose from, and there's only 1 tag that says Sue, so it's 1 out of 3. That is my probability. Okay. Number 3, draw a rectangular prism. Okay, so I'm going to draw a rectangle in the front, and then I'm going to draw a rectangle behind it, up and behind a little bit. Now I have to connect the lines, top to the top, bottom corner to the bottom corner, top corner to the top corner, bottom corner to a bottom corner. Okay, so you can see with this rectangular prism, all the sides are rectangles. All the sides are rectangles with a rectangular prism. This first question asks, how many faces does it have? Remember, the faces are the shape. So how many rectangles? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, top and bottom. So the 4 sides and the top and the bottom, that would make 6 faces. How many vertices does it have? Remember, the vertices are the dots with the connecting points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I see 8 vertices. And finally, it asks us how many edges or lines does it have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are 12 edges for a rectangular prism. Remember, these are 3D shapes, also called polyhedrons. Go ahead and click over to part 2 to finish this worksheet.